Welcome to the Social Show, your one-stop shop for all things CSI and CSR. My name is Viwe Tyolwana, and today on the show we have some amazing guests, some amazing concepts, some amazing just insight on something that I think is revolutionary and should be attended by most of South African people if they can. But anyway, before we get into it, let's get straight into the news. From June this year, Labello is caring for lips and smiles across South Africa in a whole new way by partnering with Smile Foundation to help other children who have problems with their dental work. Through the Smile Foundation, children like Uyanda has had 3 corrective surgeries and ongoing speech therapy over the last 6 years to give these courageous little children a beautiful smile and confidence that they can have for the rest of their lives. A new limited edition Labello Original Care Beautiful Smile Dual Pack available from June offers 2 sticks of this timeless classic Labello Original Care. Perfect for sharing, it's a favorite beauty product, your secret to a picture perfect pout, providing long-lasting moisture for irresistibly soft and gorgeous smile. And now you can share it with a friend to make a life-changing difference to a child's life. Firstly, when you buy a beautiful Smile Dual Pack for $34.99, R2 will go to the Smile Foundation. And secondly, you can share the smile by giving 1 stick to a friend. Thirdly, you can have some fun and upload a photo or a video of you sharing your beautiful smile stick on Facebook or Instagram with the hashtag Labello Smile Challenge. And you can also add a further R1 if you will. In other news, 5,000 trees have been sponsored and will be planted in various African countries. According to Alliance Media, they have proudly donated trees for the future, which will see 5,000 indigenous trees being planted across various African countries. This investment forms part of the company's 20-year anniversary as an outdoor media owner in Africa. Alliance Media roots have always been in African soil, and they see their 20-year celebration as an opportunity to give back to the continent. And over the past 2 decades, Alliance Media has become a well-entrenched 00H player and Pan-African leader for outdoor and airport advertising, with 25,000 sites and a presence in 50 airports. Alliance Media is an expert in outdoor industry in Africa. And that concludes our news for the day.
Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Grow! Yeah. Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.bstownmedia.co.za.
Are back on the Social Show, and today I'm joined by Mr. Ryland Fisher, who has an amazing bio. I mean, he has not only is a former editor of the Cape Times and the New Age, and was the assistant editor for Sunday Times. He has over 35 years of experience in the media industry as an editor, a journalist, a columnist, an author, and senior management executive. And today he's coming to us as the editorial director for Vision 2030 Summit. Mr. Ryland, thank you so much for being on the show.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So, yes, Vision 2030 is coming up next week, and it's pretty much centered on the NDP plan. It's about the NDP plan. Can you please give us sort of the core objectives of the summit?
Well, a couple of years ago, we realized as a private company that the National Development Plan had been adopted by government, by business people, by most political parties, and was kind of quietly being implemented by government, but lots of people didn't know what was happening, it was just poorly communicated, and we felt that we wanted to take the initiative to actually help with communicating the plan, and so that's effectively what we're trying to do. So our entire project around the National Development Plan is around promoting the National Development Plan and showing that there's actually a lot happening
yes.
around making our country a better place.
Definitely. And I know, you just said that a lot of people don't know about it, but how far do you think we are in completing the plan? I mean, 2030 is right around the corner.
Yeah. You see, so what has happened with the National Development Plan is that government, most government departments or all government plans,
Yes.
Government has 9-point plan and all these kind of things. All of them are aligned to the National Development Plan. And so they all speak to the National Development Plan. I think obviously what has happened is when you have a ratings downgrade or you have economic, a recession and all those kind of things,
Yes.
those kind of things obviously impact on your ability to implement the plan.
Yes.
But I think we are doing kind of, what has been outlined within the National Development Plan. But at the same time, I think we can actually still do a lot better also.
No, definitely. I see that Honorable Jeff Radebe will be your keynote guest speaker. What made you get him involved?
Well, Jeff Radebe is the custodian of the National Development Plan.
Yes.
He is the Minister for Performance Monitoring and Evaluation in the presidency, and the National Planning Commission, which is the body tasked with firstly drawing up the National Development Plan,
yes,
and now promoting it and making sure that it gets implemented. They report to him, and he is also the chairperson of the National Planning Commission.
Yes.
So it makes sense to have somebody who is at the coalface, so to say, as the keynote speaker for this event.
Definitely. I see there's inaugural awards. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Who was eligible to get nominated? What are the awards? What are they centered on?
Yeah, okay, so this is the third year that we're actually doing this project.
Yes.
So the first 2 years we did publications and the conference. And at the conference, we realized that maybe there should be some kind of incentive to people who are actually doing, something to create a better country.
Yes.
And so that's effectively what we're trying to do here.
Oh, okay, awesome. What role do you think the NGO sector plays in the sort of Vision 2030 summit?
You see, that is one area where I feel that the National Development Plan and the National Planning Commission can do a lot better.
Okay.
Because the focus has been on looking at what government is doing. It's also been looking at what the private sector is doing, but not enough focus is on what the NGO sector is doing.
Yes.
And I really feel that the NGO sector is such a vital component in our society, and they need to be drawn more into doing more stuff to help uplift the country.
Definitely. Can you tell us a little bit more about your shareholders and the people who have invested in the success of the conference so far?
Shareholders. Well,
yes.
I mean, basically what happens with the conference is that we have partners
yes.
at different levels. We get people who sponsor us overall. We have people who support breakaway sessions. We have people who come and buy seats, etc.
Definitely.
So there's quite a wide range of people who are involved in making this event a success. I must tell you, the one thing that we have done
yes.
is that we are not charging government a cent for hosting this event.
Wow.
And we're trying to raise all the money through the private sector.
Yes.
And that is also kind of part of our contribution to making this event a success.
No, definitely, that makes a lot of sense. And what do you think these delegates from the government and delegates hopefully from the NGO sector, who I think actually do know about the Vision 2030 summit, what is it they're going to take away? What is the critical work? Who are they going to be engaging with at the summit?
Well, I think there will be lots of CEOs, for instance, from different companies and senior people from different companies. There will also be quite a few senior people from government. Directors, chief directors, deputy DGs, a couple of DGs and one or two ministers and deputy ministers, and I think we've also got one or two mayors, and we've got I think a premier, etc., who will be attending. The idea basically is for them to share insights, to look at what is working, and to look at whether they can implement what is working in the work that they're also doing. To inspire people to actually do more by learning from others, what others are doing.
No, definitely. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for your time, Ryland. I'm so excited for the Vision 2030 Summit. It's going to be happening when again?
It's next week. It's Wednesday and Thursday. So that's the 21st and the 22nd of June. Yeah.
And when can people...
And so the yes. Summit is the Wednesday and the Thursday, yes. And the award is the Thursday evening.
Oh, lovely. And where can people get more information?
Well, they can go onto the Topco website, and there's also Vision 2030 website.
Lovely. So that's it from Mr. Ryland Fisher, who's the editorial director for Vision 2013. As he said, 2030 rather. And as he said, if you want to know a little bit more, go to www.vision2030.co.za. And there's also an awards ceremony. You can find out a little bit more information about that. I think it's amazing, and I think it's going to be an amazing, a great starting. I know they've had it for 3 years, but I think we're starting now to really speak about the NDP plan and understand what exactly it meant. What are the key things that a lot of decision makers need to know about transformation and empowerment and achievement and getting people included and more included into economic work, into alleviating poverty, making sure that our youth is taken care of from an employing perspective. So all of these kind of ideas will come out at Vision 2030, and I will be there. Social TV will be there covering, and we are media partners with Vision 2030. So it's going to be a great initiative where we all get to have those conversations that we all need in order for us to just really move the conversation to a different place and make sure that we don't leave it till 2030 to actually speak about what it is that we need to be doing. I'm so excited that a lot of government people will be there, because I do think that a lot of them need that sort of wake-up call to say, hey, remember that your core objective, and I think core objective for a lot of these, for businesses, for private sector, for NGOs, for almost everything, almost every single sector needs to be on the foundation of the NDP plan, because it is about the betterment of the community, the betterment of South Africa, the betterment of company and ethics and all those kinds of things. So it's very important that you make your way to Vision 2030. The summit's going to be in Johannesburg on the 22nd, I think, and 23rd of June.
21st and the 22nd.
No, definitely. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks. Okay, yes. So definitely don't miss out on that. It's going to be amazing. I am actually very, very excited because I can see that their media partners are, publishing houses. You've got magazines, so we're getting the word out. It's going to be really, really big. I'm just wondering about these awards though, because I want to see who has been, given the chance to really become a leader within execution of the NDP plan. I wonder who can really say, they really have been sticking to it. And I wonder who's going to be winning the awards. It's going to be a pretty exciting night. Pretty exciting night to see the leaders in transformation, the leaders in the work, in the good work that South Africans are doing. I'm definitely going to be talking to the winners, talking to the nominees, talking to the people involved as to how they got to choosing the winners. I find it quite amazing that they're starting to reward people for doing good. And like Mr. Ryland said, Mr. Fisher said rather, that we really need to start including the NGO sector. And I guess that's my 2 cents, is that the NGO sector is often left out of the conversation, especially when it comes to these big plans, these big ideas. Like Vision 2030 is a huge idea, but we cannot say we can do anything without the NGO sector being there. We can't do anything without the real people on the ground who are actually doing the work, who are actually trained to do the work, who are actually investing their lives in making sure that poverty is alleviated and making sure that the young people are employed in making sure that South Africa becomes a cohesive, fair country, because that's what it's about. Let's make things fair. Let's make things equal. Let's make things let's kill inequality between men and women. Let's make sure that we all feel like we're heard and our voices aren't left to the sides, and we're just sort of this voiceless nation. The NGOs are the voices. The foundations are the voices, because they deal with the communities, and I think that's one of the most important things. And I would have wished that also we had a few NGO partners who would have partnered with Vision 2030. But if you have any questions about Vision 2030, please feel free to look for Social One TV Instagram on our Twitter. Wow, I think the Youth Day is upon us, and it's infiltrating my thinking process today. So forgive me, but yes, you can go to social1.tv on Twitter, or you can go to Viwe for Real, and I will try and answer you. If not, go to www.social-tv.co.za. You can find a little bit more about Vision 2030. We will be exclusively filming at the event, making sure that we put up the video so you can feel involved and you can engage a little bit more. You can also just email us at press@social-tv.co.za if you want to know how you can get involved, how much tickets are, how you can attend, where it's going to be. All of those information you can find on our platform, on the Vision 2030 platform. If none of your questions have been answered, please don't forget to go to press@social-tv.co.za. I am completely excited. I can't wait. I think it's such a great time straight after Youth Day to be speaking about the National Development Plan. I think it's a great landing strip straight after June 16, because we're dealing with a lot as young people. We're dealing with a lot as young Black people. And also there's just a lot going on in the NGO sector that is just not accounted for, not even spoken about. And it really works in the favor of the NDP plan. It works in the favor of Vision 2030. And I think Mr. Fisher, as he said quite well, is that we need to involve more NGOs, and we really need to start letting people know about the plan. I think a lot of people don't know about the plan. A lot of people don't understand the plan, and I think platforms like this make sure that you are well equipped with the knowledge. And you can't say in 2030 that you didn't know. You cannot say that. You cannot say that when poverty has increased or whatever the case may be. You can't sit down and say you didn't know. There is the Vision 2030 Summit, and you have every single, important kind of information, delegates, people in governance, people in the corporate space, people, all the decision makers will be in one space. You do not want to miss it. You really don't. You have to engage, especially for SMMEs, social entrepreneurs. I think it's a great opportunity for you to just really understand before you even start making your profit and making your business successful in whatever industry you choose, to really incorporate the NDP plan from ground up. So that you can understand exactly what your role is as an entrepreneur, as a small business, as a social entrepreneur. There is so much that you can do to make sure that the wheel keeps turning for Vision 2030, and you have no excuse. You have no excuse. You are, especially if you are young and you are in the Johannesburg area. I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to start live streaming it so that everyone around South Africa can start getting involved. Hopefully in the near future. People can, start engaging from a virtual perspective. I think that's where we're going with conferences, to be quite frank. I think we're going to go into a space where we're just going to sit down and you're going to be at home and you're going to be able to watch from Durban, able to watch the speeches, the keynote addresses, the engagements. Try and get involved in whatever way that you can. You can ask your questions, and there can be a question answer sort of a space that's virtual, and I think that's where we're going, and I can't wait for that. That's my Vision 2030, where people don't have to think about distance when they think about these kinds of great forums. They don't have to think about those kinds of things. And yes, again, Vision 2030, I'm excited. I've never been. It's the third year it's been going. They've had, as I said, a conference, and this is the first day they're getting their awards, and I will be there to catch all the action. So please follow me at Viwe for Real, as well as Social One TV, and we will be with you every step of the way. Any questions, anyone you want to talk to, we can try and get a little bit of an insight for you. If you really are really struggling, just come and find out and buy a ticket, and then we can all be around and we can talk about these issues, think it's very important that we talk. Talking is where the change is. Talking is where we will be able to really get to the root of a lot of things. Things are very, 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 we have different contexts, we have different situations, but I think the commonality of it all is that we all want no one to go to bed hungry. We want no one to go to bed, not even be able to go to bed because they're homeless. We don't want any situation hindering the success of the disadvantaged, the success of those who are maybe still seen as unequal in the society that we're in. And we want to see the success of young people. South Africa is a young continent. In fact, I was just tracking, I couldn't be there, unfortunately, the Innovation for Youth conference, which I think was really dope. I think what they looked at was young people, young entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, who were coming up with really great innovations that would make the world, South Africa, an easier place to live in, and also make them a bit of money, right? Because that's what social entrepreneurship is about. It's about you making a profit out of sort of fixing a social problem. And when I saw the kind of tweets that were coming in, and I saw the kind of content, and I went onto the site, I really realized that we are so young as a country. There are so many young people who are hungry. There are so many young people who really want to make a change. And the more we have these sort of forums for them, the more we have a great blueprint for them to go into whatever job, whatever job creation they want to sort of start, whatever business they want to get into, whatever space they're interested in. If you have the kind of objectives of the NDP, you are well on your way to really making South Africa the kind of country that you want your kids to live in, and you want your community to live in, you want your family to live in. And that's where it really is. That's where the core of it is. So a lot of these really amazing conferences coming up. But again, I have to stress that Vision 2030 will be happening next week on Wednesday and Thursday. And you do not want to miss out. Get your tickets, get your seats, get your pens and your papers, get your notebooks, get your cameras, ask your questions. Call out the government, anyone there who's a decision maker, and speak to them if you're there, especially if you're young and you are an entrepreneur. I think it's a very important space to be in. But I also think anyone who's interested in really making South Africa a better place, you have to be there. And that sort of concludes my show for the day. Thank you so much for listening. Happy Youth Day for tomorrow. Anybody who is going to be doing the most, I hope you're going to be helping some sort of NGO instead of just, wasting the day. I hope you're going to be doing something really amazing for youth. Tomorrow you can catch me at the Apartheid Museum. There'll be a Youth Day talk there, and I will be covering that for social TV. The video will be up soon. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful Youth Day and a beautiful day.
Live from 27 Boxes in the heart of Melville, this is brandlive.co.za.